Welcome back to Nino Kuni 2. So Teo, you're actually playing the game right now. So you want to talk about it?
Yes. Well, just briefly, might as well, since there's nothing going on. I mentioned this briefly in the previous parts. Basically, the Italian translation, similar to the first game, is only in text. Obviously, see, in true tradition to Namco stuff, there's no Italian voice acting. Sadly, maybe we'll change in the future for some other stuff. But the point being, the true localization for the Italian market worked a bit differently. The general guideline is that it's based on the Japanese script more than the English dub or English script, but it adds a couple of things on its own and takes a couple of puns. I mean, the idea of having punny names and a couple of accents from the English dub. So it's a pastiche of some sort. I honestly think, I'm currently in chapter 6, I honestly think it's fine enough. There's what I just said about the translation clashes a bit during some cutscenes where the characters in English are saying something and the text saying something different in text, but has the same meaning. And it's a bit hard to explain. But overall, I still say the localizers did a solid job.
That was obvious going to be, if they based it off the original Japanese script by Hino, obviously it's going to clash with the Welsh script that was made with different mind.
These in turn will provide some fun trivia, because in some occasions, the English script actually omits a couple of things in there. Most of the time it's stuff like a character's just, expanding his gratitude for something. Instead of just saying simply thank you, in English I'll be saying thank you because you helped me, or stuff like that. However...
there you go, Jova. You've been waiting for it, so there you go. Go ahead.
Oh, hello there, Yappy.
Are you saying that defending the city should be our sole concern? You do understand that as things stand, only those bearing weapons dare venture beyond our walls. Should we tell him?
Yes.
But we cannot in good conscience dispatch our soldiers on a dangerous mission into foreign territory. The losses could be catastrophic.
Oh, I see Goldpaw got a new government minister who's cosplaying as Toriel.
Yes.
Is something the matter? Has something gone wrong?
Matter?
Actually, it is, Dwebs, remember.
You are King Evan, yes. The former ruler of Ding Dong Dell.
The Declaration of Independence states that it's the duty of Evermore to help out Goldpaw in case of need.
Yeah.
In my world, it isn't.
Good day, Your Majesty. We were just discussing the problem with the bandits that have taken to threatening outposts. Jova?
Yes. I am insisting that we must take the fight to them. We must destroy their lair, or they will continue to grow ever stronger. Clearly, I'm a high-level citizen, so I know my stuff.
Yappy, you must understand, the bandits' lair is too close to Ding Dong Dell. To take military action with the territory of another realm would be most unwise.
Does one of the names start with a T, perchance? What choice do we have? Not everyone has the luxury of hiding behind thick walls. Not all are as fortunate as the citizens of Goldpaw.
So yeah, Yappy...
Unless we can somehow get the bandits to pay for the walls.
So yeah, Yappy is a guy who thinks of the stuff that the government otherwise conveniently ignores. For the sake of the...
he really is a hero that we...
deserve.
We need,
not the
but not the one we
deserve.
deserve.
Deserve. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Goldpaw does not deserve him because they are so oblivious to it. You make a very good point, Yappy. If you would like to borrow some of my soldiers, you would be more than welcome. Just don't let too many die, okay?
I do need them, you know.
You are a great man indeed. It would be a privilege to have my forces fight alongside those of your honored realm.
Jova, we're referring to the government. It's not they're not oblivious. It's willful ignorance.
I'm the government, I'm the reason nothing works.
Tell that to Theresa May, Shiroi. Tell that to Theresa May.
And now this part is very dated.
Oddly enough, she nearly got ousted. Her government nearly got ousted today.
She's having a very bad day.
I saw the video. The judge was actually very funny to listen. Oh,
the the speakers of the commons are always like
They're quite sassy, actually.
Anyway, might as well continue. One interesting trivia that I found, for example, is when Batu joins in the Sky Pirate base. In English, Davis just said that he proudly wants to join Heaven. For some reason, though, in the text, which I'm guessing it's the same of the Japanese, it clearly states that not only him, but specifically 384 Sky Pirates will join Evermore. Well, join the Kingdom of Heaven.
Is it one of those
Oddly
cases?
specific.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the troops of Kambish and Chinggis. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Wait. So is this one of those cases where the dialogue is in your language, but for the subtitles they just defaulted to a translation from the Japanese script, so it differs from what's actually said on screen?
Yeah, I just said this, Jova. This creates a dissonance where a character is saying something in English while the text in Italian under it, since it's mostly translated, is saying the same thing, but with a different way.
The basic gist of it.
Italian bits of media seem to have this problem a lot. Like, originally when Leo...
Jova, that's the first thing that you're tripping on at night. You're defining it as a problem. It's just a thing. That's how we do things. I already mentioned
it's not so much that, Joe, but see, here's the thing. Richard Mark Honeywood and his team of Welsh translators basically put their own spin on things, and of course changed some things because, well, things get changed in translation. That's just how things work. However, hold on, I'm not finished though. However, from what I can gather, Teo's country decided to go more literal in their translation, and that's why there's.
We do that almost all the time, Jova. Also with anime as well. We're like I already mentioned this multiple times, Jova. We're really weeaboos like that.
I get that. No.
That's, for example, the reason why Digimon we got for example, Digimon in almost its absolute pure state. Instead of getting the shitty Digirap for the Digivolution.
Same.
I get that. That's not what I was talking about, though. What I was talking about is the fact that apparently, from what you told me, the audio contradicts what is actually said in the subtitles.
Not contradicts, more like the dissonance is audible. It's not like the character is saying something different, it's that sometimes the text is adding something that
They're saying a little more.
It's the Italian script is better experience, I'm guessing, with the Japanese audio on.
When I say that seems...
Keep in mind, Pedro, Jova, it's just added stuff that, honestly, it's just an added trivia. What I just said, for Batu joining with the specific number of Sky Pirates, just saying, I'm coming. It's not, it's not important in the grand scheme of things, but it's just a thing that apparently is.
I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't saying that it's an absolute terrible thing. I'm just saying it's a bit of a weird thing, though, to have subtitles that contradict what the not so much contradict, but don't match what the characters are saying.
We do have all the time, Jova. In the case the English localization is that prominent.
It also depends on how the localization director Jova does things, because I'm assuming
just spawned behind you.
Like for example, let's say if it's something like a Square Enix Multi-5 localization, the localization director probably has a firm hand in saying, okay, your localization must be as close to the others as possible. However, I'm guessing Richard allows the Italian translators to change things so that they're more palatable for an Italian audience, because Teo told me that the Leaf Book dialogue is apparently quite different.
Example, here's a good example. Thanks, Pedro. Basically, Jova, for the Leaf Book post, they use a specific. I'm pretty sure it's not a free exclusive thing for my country, because I've seen it some foreign posts as well. But Italians have a very specific way of writing on Facebook, depending also on their age. You get the youngsters who use specific methods. You get the people of my age. Then you get the adults, the 40+ years old, who clearly should not be allowed to use a social network.
I think that latter category is the same worldwide.
True.
It varies.
But the way this is expressed in writing, it's very peculiar in my country. And the Leaf Book posts in this game, how they're localized in Italian, actually reflect that. Particularly, for example, the post that Bodley makes after you give her the components for a new lipstick, for example.
Oh, that's actually a nice
Or
touch.
for example, Tani's post. Since she's technically a newbie, they need to reflect the fact that she's not used to write post, and they use that specific type mindset. It's clear that the people behind translating this to Italian made their homework in order to make sure that it's as relatable as possible.
Which, if you ask me, should be the way how it's done. I mean, the Italian people are the ones that are going to be looking at the Italian script, so it should be made for them. Anyway,
all right, let's read this first.
You crushed the filthy robbers! Our kingdom is safe once more!
The scum.
Hooray! Hooray!
Those bandits were a menace to our safety and our trade. We owe you a great deal, Yappy.
I just
It's
want
the
you.
whole localization versus translation debate.
Go ahead.
I do not deserve your thanks. I would surely have perished without the support of my loyal friend on the Heartlands, because our military saw fit to do jack squat to help me. Life has returned to normal for the people of Goldpaw, as normal as a gambling society can get, and all is thanks to you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now that the innocent and vulnerable of my own realm are safe once more, I would ask to leave to help those of your kingdom. Would you permit me to join you there? Goodbye, everyone. I'm leaving forever.
You want to leave?
Your Goldpaw
Well,
hero,
the
the absolute
general.
best,
Everyone.
yeah, the absolute best general in the gosh dang world. Goldpaw's crown and joy is leaving. I guess we really cleaned up this town.
Well, he's changing to a king that actually agrees with him on how to do these things, I guess. So.
And we know what they mean by your leave. I mean, your permission and that.
You know, this reminds me of a quest in Pirate 101, where basically, in Cool Ranch, basically the allegory for Western America of the old days, you recruit a party member called Rooster Cogburn, who's actually a rooster since, animals and all that jazz. Basically, you do this kind of side quest.
Joe, hold on. Now, Shiro, you're gonna get one of my personal favorite Goldpaw characters.
Anyway, I'll just finish up what I was saying. He's apparently a really good party member.
Yes.
The funny thing is that by the time you finish the last side quest, he says, "Hey, you did such a good job. I reckon we don't even need a sheriff, so I'm going to join your crew." And that's that.
Pedro, when you say that, is it a character that realizes, you know what? A kingdom run on gambling is shit. I'm going to blow it all up.
Or is it a pirate?
Oh, wait, is it him first? Or is it Yo-Ho?
Oh, wait, there is one?
No, it's Yo-Ho. No, I was...
It's Yo-Ho first.
It's Yo-Ho first. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead, Shiri. Oh, sorry, I forgot this in first. Would you care for a back rub, my lady?
Of course, she has her own personal harem.
Java.
My lady, I have brought you some delicious fresh fruits, the very finest in the kingdom.
All right, Dibs, it can be the other guy.
I must say, my lady, you're looking exceptionally beautiful today.
Nothing goes well after somebody utters the phrase "milady."
Go ahead, Shiri.
Tips.
Arf.
She says actually.
It's a dog.
Oh my god.
She's a dog, too.
Final.
Come on,
What's
Troy.
going on by here, then? I've never seen anyone that makes a fuss made of them, and I hang out with kings, man.
True.
Okay, Shuri. That's a nice hyena impression, but we're going more for dogs. Try and do what men often do.
We have none of your impotence. You are in the presence of Yo-Ho-Ho, the goddess of good luck. Yes, that's her name, Yo-Ho-Ho.
Yo-ho-ho-ho-ho at the bottom.
Yes.
Gosh, and why do you call it that? To make fun of her?
Because it rhymes with the song. Yo ho yo.
Java?
The Queen's
Why?
life for me.
Because those who find her favor are inevitably rewarded with great fortune beyond imagining.
I just love how Evan is questioning only now an NPC's name.
What is more, her presence on the battlefield alone is enough to boost the courage and determination of those who fight beside her 100-fold.
Oh,
she
so
actually
that's
do
her
anything?
gimmick in skirmishes.
Crikey, sounds like she's got something special going on, eh?
Prostitution?
No, please.
I didn't mean that,
That
Evan.
does sound rather impressive, Miss
Oh,
Yo-Ho.
that
I
kind
don't
of
suppose
hoe.
you'd like to come and join us over in Evermore, would you? You'd be a great boost to the troops' morale.
More like no ho ho.
Go ahead, Shuri.
So, you have come here to recruit me?
Well, I could use a privateer in my military. Someone who's piratical but can do rather more dirty things.
Go ahead.
But my young friend, I have nothing but simple lady gambler. Somewhat blessed by
The gods of fortune.
Somewhat blessed by the gods of fortune. It is true that a mere dabbler in the arts of chance, nonetheless.
Oh, I wonder if she's fashioned over quite possibly the most successful pirate in history.
Most likely, yeah.
but
She
I
remember Trevor. She retired and had her own casino, kind of like
Yeah.
so. It fits.
Yeah.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get much better than that. She even got to live to a healthy age of 80, I believe.
Gotcha.
Still, I'm rather amused by the idea that you would have me join your forces. And rather flattered.
I'm seeing
So
someone else,
Do
though.
my laundry, then.
I'm seeing someone else, though, so don't get any bright ideas.
Who are you seeing, Evan?
Someone whose name starts with a T and rhymes with nonny.
So you
that's-
just come over our way, is it? That's lovely.
Tell you what, Lofty, you can court her, she joins.
Oh, go ahead, Shiri.
Not so fast, spiky one. The goddess
Phoenix,
of
right?
good luck does not
Not that spiky
Spiky
one.
one.
simply switch to a line on whim. No,
I mean-
she requires persuasion,
I mean, that is sort of...
if you will.
That is sort of what Rafa calls him.
Why can't we get someone who just says yes for bloody sake?
We're not at that game yet, sadly. So,
Oh my. I didn't know Yes Man had a game adaptation.
I thought you meant something else. Never mind then.
It's like that. It's like that little gag in Pokemon Gen 3 was like, "Where do you come from?" Yes, town. Flippin' heck, man! All the pampers got to her head.
Well, remember, guys, we are
Actually,
looking
she's no
for...
different from anyone else you've recruited.
Well, remember, guys, we got a new game from Game Freak to look forward to, literally called Town.
She right?
As it happens, I
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
thinking that I would rather like some new footwear.
What?
Bring me some gaudy
I am-
galoshes, and I might consider your
That's
offer.
a that's a
Big
Call your own
that
footwear
offer.
gaudy?
that's a type of boot that you can get.
You
She's
rich, you,
asking, to translate, she's asking for some big-ass shoes.
you're
Yeah,
rich,
basically.
you daft thing. Buy your own bloody shoes.
Girls and their fucking shoes. I never get that.
Buy your own.
Go
She's a
ahead.
bit unusual, isn't she? It does sound like she's a good person to have on board,
I'm
though.
standing right in front of you, you know.
Although I'll say this, piratical-wise, I was expecting a bit more.
Well, I ain't about to say I like her style, but I suppose you're right. She might come in handy one day. Let's go and get us some new wellies then, innit?
Wellies?
Now, is she as helpful as the...
Wellingtons.
Wellies are boots for walking in mud, rain, you know.
Yeah, Wellington boots is what they're called.
Now, is she as helpful as the pirate
The more we
girl
know,
party
Pedro, the
member
more we
in
know.
Tales of Vesperia?
I really like her design though. Look, she looks really
Oh
cool.
yeah, I like it too. Again, would not be surprised if she's literally a reference off of that pirate. In fact, I could have sworn. Well, yeah, she pretty much is a pirate with that name like that. Obviously, probably retired. Though, what
You already
exactly
have
And
is
she
her?
and she
Something you
and
have to
she
do.
has her influence over the iron behind her represents the influence that she has. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Evan. Evan,
Yes.
do you have the boots?
no, not
Let
yet.
me check.
Also, yes, Tio, her influence is why she has a posse.
Oh, what exactly is her job here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember, she
She's
has
like,
a
um,
unit,
she-
and in the dialogue, it's pretty much told that she basically boosts morale, which I'm guessing translates to boost attack and defense of the nearby
She's an incredibly lucky gambler, so I'm assuming she just lives off the gambling.
So, Tio, how does her... So, Tio, would you say she's actually... So her occupation is cheerleader? Or does she boost morale in the other way?
She actually does have her own unit in the army, so yes, she can indeed fight in the army, so she will boost morale apparently.
Oh, I get it. So she's the Salazzle of Goldenpaw.
By the way, Evan,
Yes.
are we still fighting the apocalypse?
Oh,
Yes,
that's right.
we
There's
are.
an apocalypse
Also,
going on.
we
I
have-
forgot.
Also, oh my god, look at the time. We have about 64 tasks to handle.
Just give me a bit more time, Lofty. I'm in the middle of some side
A
quests.
bit more time. The apocalypse ain't gonna wait for you to do your side quest for pity's sake.
Which reminds me of another thing that I might as well ask at this point. Pedro, without
Yes?
spoiling in case, is the Horned One associated in any kind of way to the moon?
No.
That
Weird,
would be
because
weird.
the Italian name they're giving is basically Selenio, which is based on the traditional name that's been given to the moon. I forgot if it's Greek or Latin, one of the two.
Hey, at least it's not as bad as when they translated the crossover and literally translated Kira's name into Killer.
I'm also guessing they didn't do a direct translation from the English version because, well, if you tell someone that he has horns, you're kind of insulting him because you're accusing him of cheating on his partner or a partner.
Yeah, the whole horny thing. That tends to be a thing in a lot of European text.
Mm-hmm. Like, I can regarding that localization versus translation thing, I can relate to that too because of the various changes that the Portuguese dub of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did to what was the original intent on the script.
Keep in mind, just because they do it doesn't mean that I agree 100% with every single one of them.
Well, each case is a case. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Like I said, for example, the Dragon Ball example that you mentioned, some of the name changes I actually don't like. For example, changing Piccolo to Junior for some reason.
Oh, that's interesting you say that. Over here in Portugal. Go ahead, Joe.
I should probably clarify. When I was talking about how I found it weird with Italian stuff, I was talking strictly about the Italian localization within itself, as in, the dialogue more consistently not matching up with what the subtitle said. It reminds me of what happened with Leo the Lion when it was originally come out. Believe it or not, people originally knew Leo the Lion.
It creates a problem in reverse.
Go ahead,
Let me play like this. They didn't match so much to the point where people thought he was called Leo Bone Crusher until the subtitles in, I think, 2016 or 13 came up.
This leaning in thing is really paying off. Working with women at the top of their game has really inspired me to reach for even greater heights.
That's very good to know, Miss Frizzle.
Good job, Brooke. No, I can tell you that. That's just some common. I don't agree with some things as well too, because here in Portugal, because of the whole, remember how Piccolo is supposed to be the dual, whereas the guy that I forgot what the English name for him is, but the good version of Piccolo. Kami, that's it, Kami. But I only say that because I'm used to the Portuguese name of it. Since Kami is supposed to be quote-unquote God, and Piccolo is supposed to be kind of the devil, here in Portugal we just call him Satan. So
his father is called Satan instead of Great Mage Piccolo in my country. Piccolo himself is called Junior, and Kami is called the Supreme because apparently you can.
The Supreme. It's kind of the same thing here. We say the all-powerful. In Portugal, instead of Kami, he's just the all-powerful.
It's also weird because it's not a complete, like I said previously, it's not an extremely common thing to change names on a radical level like that.
Anyway, we got some gaudy galoshes, so let's bring them to Yo-Ho-Ho.
I just want to remind her, she does know that she's calling, when you call them God, you're calling your own boots ridiculous.
There you go, we got your wellies.
Have you seen a fashion show, Drova? It's all ridiculous.
But that's the thing, Shirai. Normally the contestants don't admit that it looks ridiculous.
I love this one. Go ahead, Shirai.
Well, perhaps I underestimated you. Perhaps I should accept your offer and move to Eva...
Whoa, that was quite a view.
The harem doesn't like this at all.
Of course.
Also, that's quite a view Evan got with how she leaned over like that.
Moving on.
She was looking at the shoes, I'm guessing. Anyway.
No, I'm talking about the view Evan got with how she leaned over.
We cannot allow our beloved Mistress Yo-Ho to go anywhere unless we are assured that she will be safe. She must be adequately equipped to keep her from undue harm, or she cannot be allowed to leave.
Is she actually
all your asses?
Is she actually amazing, or does she need you to back her up? Quite right.
Hear, hear.
Fuck off.
Well, my harem has spoken.
Maybe I am recruiting the cat version of Salazzle.
You mean the dog version of whatever?
Oh god, right, a dog version, I mean.
We're in Goldpaw, remember?
It would seem that you have little choice but to deck me out in yet more finery.
Buy it your bloody self!
Yeah, here's your list. Go to the shop.
Remember, Jovak, Dindondel is the cat kingdom. This is the dog kingdom.
She's acting so much like a cat.
Here is my shopping list.
Well, considering the ear shape, I think she may be more based off a fox.
God forbid she's a ferret, which is kind of a mix between dog and cat.
Warlord's armor.
Warlord's armor.
Pretty pointy ears. Bring me some Warlord's armor. A suit of such supreme quality will...
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, whatever.
Flip, man! Thanks for putting the idea in their head, bootlickers!
I know, right?
Well, they do seem very fond of her. And it certainly wouldn't hurt to make sure she's well protected, but what is it that she does?
Fine, but don't let this give you any ideas about making people come bowing and scrapping here like that, you hear? Come on, man, let's find us some bloody warlords armor.
Maybe she really is a pirate. Wait, that's what I thought originally. Wait, are we becoming her pimp?
Her name is Yo Ho Ho.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
She's a pirate.
All right.
Evan, what's with you, man? I thought you usually have all this stuff in advance.
Well, I have to let the citizens of the kingdom make it this time.
Well, I can't possibly remember every single item in advance. Come on. All right, let's just make it. It doesn't take long anyway. Warlord's armor. There you go. I actually already have one, but it's equipped in someone else, so I can't. Well, I could technically take the armor off and give it to her, but I need that armor. So.
Yeah, we've got plenty of money anyway.
Yeah, it's Roland who's wearing it. Okay, so let's just make another one. It doesn't matter how high of a grade you make it, as long as it's a warlord's armor, she accepts it. So don't bother wasting materials on this.
Yeah, I forgot different grades and all that.
Yes, the more materials you put on a piece of equipment, the more powerful, and you can even turn into an even different type of equipment if you bother to put in as much materials as you can. However,
it sounds like the natural evolution to the materia system from Final Fantasy VII.
When it comes to someone asking you a specific equipment piece, don't bother. Just make the most basic, least expensive one, and just give it to her. She will accept it anyway.
That's also true for the Swift Solutions, side quest.
Sure.
Oh, yes.
I already brought it to you.
Would you be so kind as to bring me... Oh, okay. That way, I shall be protected no matter what fate befalls your kingdom. I mean, sorry to be you, but I'll be
Let's just hope it's not chainmail bikini.
Well, if she's gonna fight in our army, it kind of helps to bring an armor. So
is she gonna fight in our army?
Yeah. You can put her in your army if you want.
What's her superpower? Look.
Can't you put almost anyone into your army, or am I misremembering?
No, remember, Jova, only a couple of specific people that you recruit in Evermore come with their own personal unit. They even have their personal names.
If you're asking Dwebs what's her ability as a citizen, is she's good at the bazaar.
He was referencing Deadpool too.
Oh, okay.
She's thinking of something else, isn't she?
Shiri?
I must say, you seem to be very keen on me to join you. I admire your enthusiasm. Bring me one last item. And
Evan, buddy, look at me.
Yeah.
She's not worth it.
I'm really beginning to wonder if she's worth it. I haven't seen her deal with...
She's a material girl, she will just train you.
For it.
You know that we are living in a material world.
Give this one an inch and you'll take a flipping mile.
You're telling me? Seriously, at least I was the golden hero who had done stuff.
Evan, learn to say no.
He really does. In fact, learning to say no, funnily enough, learning to say no is what got him one of his citizens.
Now, the item I have in mind is a particularly elegant...
Alright, guys, what for it to... A prism spear!
What, you want to continue your cosplayers online?
That sounds very fragile.
Well, her army unit is a spear one, so it makes sense, actually.
But my lady,
But a
does this mean...
prism one.
Surely not.
Well, actually, Jova, it's not as hard as you may think. I'll explain in a moment.
Oh, wait. Oh, this may be interesting.
Shiri? Come now, let us not waste any more time. I've decided it is a prison spear that I want. And so a prison spear is what you must bring me. So there.
Or I'm gonna throw my toys at the promise.
Oh, she's burnt. Okay.
Well, maybe this will lead to something good.
Alright,
fine. But I'm telling you, Missy, this is the last event we're running for you, right? Now come on, Evan. Let's go and grab this prison spear thing before she decides she wants something else as well.
Don't worry, Lofty.
She won't want something else by the time
Don't
I
worry,
get back.
Don't worry, Lofty. Remember, video games work on the rule of 3.
Not always. Some fake you out with that.
Anyway, at this point in the game, you cannot make a Prism Spear on your kingdom. However, it's okay, because there is a specific side quest in Ding Dong Dell that actually awards you a Prism Spear. So when you get to this point, if you don't want to wait until you can make a Prism Spear, just go do that quest that I'm about to do instead.
Wow.
I actually checked myself. I was when I first played this game, I was doing the same method that I'm doing in this playthrough, which is do every single side quest the moment it becomes available before moving on with the story. But when I got to this point, I was like, okay, so where do I get Prism Spears? And then so I looked up online. I can't seem to know where to get a Prism Spear. But that actually doesn't Ding Dong Dell a side quest that awards you one. Oh, okay, cool then. Let's check that. So basically,
did you do that side quest already?
We're going to do it right now, actually. Right now, I'm just demonstrating what I mean. As you can see, we still have no means. Even if you do all of the available research you have right now, you still will not be able to make a Prism Spear in this point in the game, because there's still some more research in the weapon shop that you haven't unlocked yet. So, if you want to recruit Yo-Ho right now, this is the way to do it. Go to Ding Dong Dell and do a specific side quest.
Okay, this... Can't say the proper female term for a dog, but, you know, she better be worth it after all this.
Yeah, she actually is one of the best spear units in the game, so she...
Well, it is a term for... It is a term for a female dog, isn't it?
I mean...
That's you. That's you. You're right. Go ahead.
And you should have seen the look on his stupid face.
He was always the most tough client we had. I didn't even think he understands what a mercenary... He's a mercenary.
It looks like a mouse version of a Fire Emblem
character.
Hello. I see eye patches are in fashion today.
What do you want?
You're a mercenary, aren't you? You look rather tough, so I was wondering if you'd like to move to my kingdom.
Well, he's a mercenary, so obviously, if he pays you, if you pay him enough, he will. So.
Yeah, and I want to be married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Sue me.
I could maybe arrange that.
You obviously know what you're talking about, Your Majesty. Well, you're right. I am a mercenary. I'll serve any tribe or kingdom that pays me. But I do have one rule. I won't work for weaklings, so bugger off.
Excuse me, I've defeated gods.
If you want to prove yourself worthy of being my master, you have to defeat 10 tropical fangfish.
What about I just beat you?
Because...
You're afraid of getting beaten by a little cat boy, aren't you? Alright then, we'll be back before you know it. And we'll leave your man...
As you can see there, one of the reward... A Venom Spear. So basically, recruit this guy. One more citizen, of course, this is helpful anyway. So you'll get Raxel, and then you'll get Yo-Ho-Ho. So there you go.
Now piss off. I wish to continue my habit of talking bad about people behind their back.
Well, we'll leave you and your man pride intact.
The tropical fangfish are the same kinds of fangfish you find in Hydropolis. However, they're way stronger and they're orange colored to fit their desert environment. But anyway, in the next
even stronger.
All right, everybody. In between this and the next part, I will defeat 9 tropical fangfish, so we only have to see me fight one of them. So see you then.
All right. See ya.
See ya.